for us, the market's been slow, as it has been for everyone else. And in the construction space, same thing. And even new construction, you're seeing it with like the big home production home builders, because they're offering these ridiculous incentives on the rates and stuff to the agents and all that. It's interesting. This market's been so weird the past 3-ish years, because I swear when something happens, I get so stressed out, and then I swear the more I stress, better things happen when I stress, which is the exact opposite of like law of attraction. Being positive causes positive results. But like the first thing was COVID, and I was sitting on this. We had a couch here at one point before we remodeled, and it was like and I was just sitting there like this, like all slunched over, because they were like, oh, we're going to be going into a 2-week shutdown or whatever, and I was like, it's over. I was like, we're done. Like, what people are going to be buying houses?
I remember thinking the same thing. I was like, who the fuck is going to be remodeling?
I was like, we're done. We're giving up. Everyone's done. Get out of my office. It's no more. Shutting the doors. And but I sat there and I was like, well, I don't know. I don't see a way out of this. This doesn't seem like this is going to have a positive result. And I mean, God, what? After like the 2 weeks of which I never even went shut down. I was just still driving around. I was doing my own thing, but. After the 2 weeks, everything just totally ramped up. I mean, obviously, remember how insane that was?
I mean, dude, that's what I'm saying is that's where people were like, you can't look at that situation and think that that's normal.
Probably won't ever happen again. No.
Dude, that was the most unbelievable thing.
And this is how I noticed something weird was going on. It was like 2 weeks after I was having a little sad session. About life in my business.
I have those every
I was
once
gonna I was gonna show a house, and I was trying to schedule it, and they were like, you're gonna have to come to the open house because we have too many showings. And I go to the open house, and there's a line out the door around the block. On this just one, it wasn't even like a cool house. It was like a basic house in Round Rock or Cedar Park. I don't remember where it was. And I'm like, well, this isn't normal. So I was like, is like the news here? Are they doing something cool? Like, what's going on? And it was just all these people wanted to see this house. And then it was on the news. That house was on the news. I'm like, something weird's going on. Like, in a good way, maybe, but I didn't expect it to just blow up like it did with all this buyer activity, no inventory. You're like settling on houses. Sight unseen deals.
People buying homes from different states.
No option periods.
No option.
Like, just insane.
You couldn't even put an option in.
No, you would just lose. Yeah.
Earnest money was absolutely ridiculous.
So our negotiation tactics now from then have totally obviously shifted.
Well, everyone got lazy, and this is the thing. And you tell me if this is what happened in construction. The market was so unbelievably good that you could sell anything for nearly any price in less than a week, right? So all these bastards, they came in and they said, oh, people are buying anything. I'm going to cut all the features out of our homes. We're going to just do basic ass shit. And we're going to do as many as we can.
It was a profitability play.
Yeah, and they literally just watered down everything. People like myself and some of my other esteemed colleagues. I was like, if we want to be New York and LA, then we need New York and LA quality and like New York and LA features. And then the modern Victorian, I'm like, dude, like the amount of money, the extra bullshit I put into it. Because I was like, this is just like where we're heading. I want to be above everything. Now, it's so funny. One thing changes. Interest rates basically tripled. They tripled. All of these losers that were trying to take advantage of everyone, now you are the worst home on the block. Your features are trash. Your quality's horrible. You have nothing. You bought a basic ass lot. You overdid it. And they're all paying the price. And honestly, I have very little sympathy for those types. What sucks is the really, really good people, all of these other homes are pulling everything down. And by the grace of God, I've managed to, like, we've gone on a buying spree recently. That's the only good thing in this market right now. But by the grace of God, I haven't had any houses on. And I'm just like watching all these people fall out of business.
Well, they're losing they're foreclosing on their homes.
Brokerages too, right?
And it really sucked that they did that because all these homes were so basic and traditional. I mean, they're modern. They, aesthetically, some of them looked cool, but you walked in there. And
they looked good from far.
And you knew,
But up close, they were far from good.
You knew that it wasn't. And it's in 2004. It's like, 04 is like the #1 zip code in like
I
Austin.
know,
It's
and
like,
now it's like, and now
why
it's
would
so
we-
oversaturated, and it
know.
sucks.
but and
So we need to just clear everything off the table right now.
tear them all down.
Just move forward.
But so yeah, I mean the funny thing was the market was so strong. I was teaching my agents on how to negotiate deals and how to have good conversations with the listing agent if you're a buyer's agent to like try and get something out of them. They obviously can't tell you what the other offers
Yeah.
are, but like you can build rapport and like figure it out.
Well, like if I'm here, like am I in the ballpark? You know, that kind of language.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And-
the other thing is that's funny is if you were a seller, amazing, but buyers couldn't buy anything
so
because
I
it was
was
so hard.
first it was COVID.
Yeah.
Then it was the market got too strong. It became too much of a seller's market,
Yeah.
to where my agents couldn't win deals.
Right, like no buyers.
And there was
could buy
no
houses.
listings to get because nobody was like there was so
They were
there was
gone.
such little
7 days of inventory.
there was such little inventory, and like you couldn't. And it was so much competition with getting listings in general because they're like, well, who's going to do it with 1% because it's going to sell itself, right?
Yeah.
And then we were doing leads, we had buyer agents, and like they couldn't win deals, and it was like so. Then I was stressed about that. I was like, well, now this is going to be complicated because now everyone under the moon wants to be a realtor on top of that.
Yes.
And so everyone's just taking business away. We got through it. And it ended up we had our best year through it, obviously, but it was still a struggle, which then led to rates going up. So then the market's like doing this again.
Not going up. Like, dude, they fucked us, man.
Dude,
That is insane. Like, they tried to like cripple the economy.
Yeah.
But I mean, and you know, you look at inflation and you're like, okay, I get it. But you're like, dude, like, can't there be like a happy medium?
I know, like to go from 2.5%, 3%
To 9?
almost 9 at one point.
Yeah,
Insane.
like that's nuts.
And so then we had that problem. So there's another problem that we had to deal with, which we're dealing with now, which is
Well, and then homes can't appraise.
homes aren't appraising. So, I mean, I told
No
my
one can
agents,
get qualified.
No one can qualify, nor do they want to.
Yeah.
You might as well just go rent.
Especially when you just bought like 3 years
feel
ago
bad
and
for
your
those-
interest rate's 2.5. You're like,
Well,
I'm gonna pay 8%.
I know, but they also bought at a high, and so
Yeah,
it's
I
a
mean-
double-edged sword.
Well, and that's what's funny, right? The other thing is, there's a different problem if you don't have the money. If you have the money, why would you not be buying right now? It is such an incredible time
You can
to buy.
literally, especially if you're an agent, you can get the best deal for yourself. You're trying to buy like investment properties.
Yeah.
You can probably negotiate a higher commission, maybe 5-6% commission towards your
Yep.
down payment. You can get your seller credits. You can get like your rate buy downs.
Yeah.
For me, it's amazing because I can get the commission. I own a mortgage company, so I get my lending at cost.
Yeah.
On top of negotiating the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to go get an investment property,
Yeah, talk about
It's
the
like-
monopoly that you're running, and let's see how the IRS feels about that.
I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm sure they'll be fine, right?
You're like,
right? I hope. But that's why we started all of them, right? If you have for real estate, you have a brokerage, that's your foundation. You're doing 400 or 500 deals a year. Now you can start roofing and be the catalyst
Yeah,
to get
exactly.
deals for roofing and lending. You're the catalyst for getting deals to.
well, and then
to
it's like,
lending.
yeah, there's all these ancillary things like moving companies
Yeah.
and staging companies and interior design and like all this stuff that like you're getting all these people that want these things, so it makes sense.
What's crazy, and so Zillow is great for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons being the data that it provides us in regards to consumer behavior, because it'll tell you, like, if our lead flow goes way, way down, which it did, it went down like 30% at one point. If no
30%.
one's inquiring on Zillow to request showings, then that just means that, and it was way down. That
That
means
they're not out
that means they're not out there.
Yeah.
So you can tell a seller all day, oh, I can sell your home. But if I have the data that shows me what consumers are doing, and because we just have so many leads and we just have been doing it for so long, to where it's become a problem now, and it's crazy to me because I'm like, as a buyer, unless you just can't.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. That there's a difference, but it's like, dude, look at what you paid. You paid 500 grand more with a quarter of the interest rate.
Yep.
Now you're paying maybe even like, dude,
I can get them
Yeah.
100K off in not all
Like
cases.
nothing.
100K off and this is so we're talking regular price points.
Yes.
500-600K.
Right.
I can get 100K off the price.
That's
I can
insane.
get the closing costs completely covered, the 2-1 buy down completely covered, probably the couch in the living room if they like it, like
Yeah.
fridge, washer, dryer. Like some of the deals I've done are like we didn't go through with it. I was working on a deal in 04. It was a higher price point, but we got it like I think it was like 150, 200K off plus all the furniture all the way down to the silverware.
dude.
And it was like a steal.
And they didn't go through?
They didn't move forward.
Dude, and that's the thing, because I mean, we're buying lots now. We've gone on a spree. Like we're looking at lots that were nearing 3 million at the height that we're getting for $1.5 million now.
That's insane.
Dude, we're getting almost like
Who's your listing agent?
different people, you know, people that are worthy of my business.
Not me.
Like
Hey, not me. Not me at all. I'm not your guy.
you gotta bring me something, you know?
How I brought you more than enough, John. Look at the building we're sitting in.
What? The one that I built? Okay.
Well, you wouldn't have known about it otherwise. Who came to your Victorian
fair
and complained to you about my problems I was running into because I didn't get enough money for a construction loan?
you definitely, we do have a good thing going here.
I know we do.
I think we gotta probably wrap her up.